let's get right into it. Welcome to today's Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here because we are about to unpack a massive, and I mean massive, paradigm shift in how we view e-commerce sales. Look, if you're running an online store right now, do yourself a favor. Clear away all the tabs, put the phone down, grab a notepad, and really lock in with me for a few minutes. We are breaking down the definitive framework for taking those passive window shopping browsers and turning them into loyal paying customers. It's a journey from capturing raw attention to cementing real trust. And I promise you, once you see the mechanics of how this actually works, you're never going to look at your store the same way again.
So let's start with a reality that a lot of you are probably living through right this second. You've done the really hard work, right? You've set up your campaigns, you spent hours agonizing over the targeting, and hey, it's working. You're getting traffic. People are actually clicking on your links and landing on your store. You're feeling that rush of initial success. Seeing 5, 10, maybe even 20,000 visitors a month hit your dashboard? That is a massive accomplishment. You should absolutely be proud that you figured out the traffic game and generated that initial interest.
But then comes the deeply frustrating part. You open up your analytics and nothing. Just crickets, zero sales, no add to carts. You're just staring at a screen full of numbers that mean absolutely nothing to your actual bottom line. I know exactly how demoralizing that feels. You're watching that live visitor count tick up, you're waiting for the little notification ping of a new order, and it just never happens. It literally feels like you're pouring expensive water into a bucket that has a giant hole right in the bottom.
Naturally, your brain goes straight into panic mode, trying to solve the problem. You start thinking, man, maybe my product is just wrong. Maybe my ads are terrible. Actually, maybe I just need to dump more money into getting even more traffic. Well, let me stop you right there. Here is the sharp pivot we need to make today. What is killing your conversions is almost certainly not what you think it is. It's not your ads, and it's not your product. Just let yourself off the hook for a second, okay? Because blaming the wrong things, obsessing over the ads when the ads are doing their job, is exactly what keeps store owners completely stuck in this endless cycle of frustration.
To put this into perspective, here's what I see constantly happening in the industry. Someone builds a beautiful Shopify store. They get traffic flowing, but their conversion rate is just hovering down at this dismal 0.3%. Meanwhile, you look across the street and a competitor is selling the exact same product at the exact same price point. And honestly, sometimes their ads are way worse than yours. Yet somehow they're converting at 3%, 4%, maybe even higher. The difference between 0.3% and 3% is astronomical when we're talking about revenue. And the crazy thing is, the difference is almost never the product itself. The difference is the experience.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1, Attention versus Trust.
The fundamental gap that separates the stores that scale massively from the ones that just plateau and eventually burn out comes down to this exact idea. I really want this to sink in. Your ads buy attention, but without trust, there is no purchase, period. Your ads really only do one thing. They buy a click. Someone feels a spark of curiosity, they click, and boom, they're on your store. From that exact second, the clock starts ticking. You have a window of maybe 8 to 15 seconds. In those brief, fleeting seconds, your store has one vital job. You have to transfer that raw attention into trust. If you fail to do that, they bounce.
Now we have to talk about traffic quality, because it matters way more than people realize in this specific equation. If you are blasting broad, cold traffic straight to a basic product page, you are making life incredibly hard for yourself. Cold traffic needs way more context. They need a reason to believe you. Compare that to warm traffic. These are the people who have engaged with your short-form videos. Maybe they read your content or saw ads that educated them before ever asking for a sale. They convert completely differently because they already have familiarity with you. And familiarity, that is trust's first cousin.
So how do we actually fix this? Let's move to Section 2, the Store Audit Framework.
To put this all into practice, you have to stop looking at your store like the owner. You know every little detail. You know where all the buttons are. You have to look at it like a completely distracted stranger. Imagine a customer who is confused, heavily skeptical, and honestly ready to leave at a moment's notice. The second they feel even a tiny bit of friction, they're gone. Back to Instagram, back to scrolling. We need to evaluate your store exactly how they experience it. So, we're going to audit 5 specific, high-leverage areas. We're looking at what happens above the fold, the structure of your product page, the strategic placement of your social proof, the hidden traps inside your checkout, and finally, your mobile experience. These are the sequential fixes that are going to drastically change your results.
All right, step number 1, the above-the-fold experience. Ask yourself honestly, what does someone see in the first 3 seconds of landing on your homepage or your product page? Literally before they even scroll a single pixel. Is it immediately crystal clear what you sell, exactly who it's for, and why it actually matters? If your customer has to scroll around or play detective just to figure out what it is you do, you've already lost the momentum. And more importantly, you are losing their trust fast.
Step number 2 is your product page structure. Most product pages get this entirely backwards. They lead with the product itself. They give this dry, boring list of features, specs, and dimensions like they're writing a college textbook. But here's the hard truth. Your customer doesn't actually care about the widget. They don't. They care about what their life looks like after they have the widget. The absolute right move here is to lead with the problem or the desired outcome. You want to reframe every single element on that page around the transformation your customer is about to experience.
Moving right along to step 3. And listen, this one is absolutely huge. Social proof placement. I see so many beautifully designed, expensive-looking stores that take all their amazing 5-star reviews and bury them all the way at the bottom of the page, down in the footer where they are basically invisible. The stores that are converting at the highest levels, they are placing trust signals right next to the buy button, sometimes even right above it. We're talking real reviews, real user photos, real numbers. The secret here is that you must place the trust exactly where the customer's perceived risk is the highest, and that's right when their finger is hovering over the button to pull out their wallet.
Which brings us to step 4, checkout friction. Okay, you've earned their trust, they love the pitch, they clicked add to cart, and then you scare them right away. Every single unexpected shipping cost that suddenly pops up, every unnecessary 15-field form they have to fill out just to give you their money, each of these is a massive, massive drop-off point. When a checkout feels complicated, or worse, when it feels unsafe, a customer's immediate reaction is to retreat to the safety and simplicity of Amazon. Because on Amazon, everything just works in one click. You have to simplify this process, make it feel incredibly fast and entirely secure.
And this brilliantly illustrates our 5th and final step. This is where the biggest leaks usually hide. Over 70% of your traffic, probably even more, honestly, is viewing your store on a mobile device right now. If your store isn't genuinely optimized for mobile, and I don't just mean technically responsive so it squeezes onto a smaller screen, I mean truly optimized for a seamless, easy, thumb-scrolling experience. If it's not that, you are literally leaving the vast majority of your revenue completely on the table. The mobile experience is not an afterthought anymore. It is the primary experience, period.
All right, section 3, the path to scaling.
The reality that nobody really wants to hear is that fixing your store isn't just a one-time Sunday afternoon project you can check off a list. The e-commerce brands that are out there consistently growing are obsessively auditing their own process. They're finding and removing friction day after day, which leaves us with this final, incredibly important thought for you to take away today. Stop stressing over how to pump more cold traffic into a leaky bucket. Instead, challenge yourself. Why are the people who are already visiting not buying? Answer that honestly using the framework we unpacked today. Fix those exact friction points and watch your business completely transform. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Now go audit those stores.